in just
Good morning, Bellingham. Thank you for joining us this morning. I have the distinct pleasure of stepping in for Mr. Dan Spencer. I wanted to thank you all for checking in with us to really get validation on what the facts are. It's been awesome to see the town of Bellingham coming together as a community, so many people stepping up, trying to help in ways that are that work for them. And I wanted to share a little nugget of wisdom I got from the governor of Rhode Island yesterday as she was talking to the residents there. She recommended that we keep track of anytime we go out of the house, where we go, who we're with, and if we happen to come in contact with someone, so that in the unfortunate event that you do come down with the virus, you at least have that chronology of where you've been, so we can help contain this as quick as possible. So I wanted to share that with you. And also to let you know, starting tomorrow, we're going to be bringing different guests onto the show to help us all understand and appreciate the steps different organizations and businesses in Bellingham are taking to keep us safe. Tomorrow, I believe, is Stop and Shop and Market Basket.
and Whole Foods.
And Whole Foods, thank
Yes.
you. And then next week, we're going to look to folks from Walmart and Home Depot. So keeping you informed on the steps they're taking to keep us all safe. And with that, I'm going to turn it over to Mark.
Thank you very much. Thank you, everybody, for attending this meeting today on TV. The numbers for Massachusetts, we have 1,100 new cases. This is as of yesterday, 1,100 new cases, 122 deaths, with 7,738 total cases within the Commonwealth. U.S. total cases running around 215,360. Deaths are around 5,113. Some issues that we're following up through the governor's office. This is not really an issue. This is an important aspect. They're putting together some hospitals, makeshift hospitals, to help with the peak that they're projecting. And also, we're looking at another supply shortage for the Commonwealth, but they're working hard to try to get the supplies back up and running. So that's my report for now.
Great. Thanks, Mark.
Okay.
Bruce, did you want to come up and give us an update?
Good morning, Bruce with the Board of Health. Great conversation with all the store managers, all their part and trying to keep everybody safe. But I want to give credit to the floor manager at Walmart. She had a great idea that we should be designating a single person to be going to the store and doing the shopping as a designated shopper. Don't bring your whole family, don't bring your children, your grandma, your dog. Just one person, come in, have your list, come in, go do your business and get out, and don't throw your PPV on the parking lot. That brings up another issue here. My board has had no more. You guys are gonna get fined. If my board finds you, you're gonna be issued a fine starting today. So don't throw your stuff on the ground or expect a fine.
How much is that fine going to be, Bruce?
The fine will be $100 for your first offense, up to $500 for repeat offenders.
All right, great. Please, people, put your stuff in the trash cans. That is not fair to other people. Anything else, Bruce?
The boards, the people from the markets tomorrow will have some great ideas. Please check in. If you have any questions or suggestions, get them to our COVID-19ma.org so that we can present those to the different managers, and hopefully we come up with a great plan, keep everybody safe, and continue to keep the stores providing your needed groceries.
Great.
Excellent.
Thanks, Bruce. Esther, how about you? I'm
I
sorry.
was just going to say, for Bruce, one of the questions that we've been getting is, how do we know if businesses are essential? And Bruce and I have been talking about it. It's the description is 10 pages long. I said 6 pages long as far as what's essential. So it's a long list, and we've had a few people call and say, hey, my employer is making me come to work, and I think it's not essential. And Bruce and I have been talking. Bruce is going to be doing a little work on that as to who is actually the enforcement authority. I don't know. Did we determine?
Yeah, it's actually up to the Board of Health and the town fire marshal, town administrator, as to if there's a gray area, call, speak to one of us. But we will be posting that list. If you're not on the list, you're not essential.
So we will be following up on that. There's been several emails that we've received from people asking about who is essential and who isn't.
Great.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bruce. All right, Esther, over to you.
Good morning. So we had 2 new confirmed cases come in overnight, which brings our town total to 13. With that being said, we were also notified of a case that has been clinically diagnosed as having COVID-19. And what that means is the physician has told the patient, this is most likely what you have, you need to be in quarantine, but they have not actually run the test. I would ask that if you are in that situation, or a family member or a household member is in that situation where your provider has told you you most likely have COVID-19 and you need to be quarantined, that you give the Board of Health a call so that we can help you through this, we can guide you, answer any questions you may have, and we can also have the most up-to-date information for our first responders and also for our numbers. We have had a total of 87 tests in the town, and we have 4 individuals that have recovered from the virus at this point.
Esther and I had spoke earlier, and that was one of the questions. We had somebody come in and ask if we could give that type of information regularly and almost compare maybe from week to week, and something that the deputy chief and I can work on doing. The idea was, can we show what's happening in Bellingham and how it's trending? We can certainly do that. We're also going to try and get some statistics from some of the neighboring towns so we can include that as well. So as Esther said, 13 positive, along with the one that was diagnosed by their doctor as most likely being COVID-19, 87 tests, 4 recovered. We don't have information on hospitalization. That was one of the things that this person had asked, how many of these people from Bellingham actually were hospitalized, and that's not information that we can get. Esther, that's my understanding, correct?
Correct.
Yeah. Okay, and you want to do Esther's questions right now?
Sure, yeah.
We have a couple of other questions for you, Esther. They have to do with people that want to help those that actually have corona in town. And the difficulty is, and I'll go ahead and give it to you. They're asking, how do we reach out to these people to see if there's something that we can do for them or provide assistance to them, whether it be grocery shopping or other things while they're sick and being quarantined to them and their family. But I think, as you've shared before, there are some limitations on what we can know about people that do have the virus.
That is correct. So my thought would be, I can say that there are individuals available to help, and if we have any positive cases that require assistance, we can then reach out to those that have volunteered to assist.
Great, because we receive at least an email or 2 a day from people in the community that want to help, and that is really what they're looking to do. In most instances, they want to help those families that are dealing with this. Well, thank you. That's it for you today. Usually I have 3 or 4 questions for you, Esther, but those were the 2. Thank you.
Okay, you're welcome.
Great.
Continue with the rest of the questions you have?
Sure, we can hit the rest of the questions. One of the questions was, why is the recycling center closed and the brush activity is allowed to go forward? And what we're trying to do is the center is manned when it's open by 5 or 6 people, and there's a lot of activity down there. There's a lot of interaction. So we're asking people to hold on to their recyclables until we can reopen safely. Right now, we've got a situation where the brush collection is being allowed because we got so many emails from families that are cleaning up their yards. They're at home, and we get that. They're cleaning up their yard. They want to get rid of that brush. So that's opened. It's worked extremely well the first 2 days. People are staying in their cars. They're showing proof that they're Bellingham residents. They're to one individual. They're down, and we have 2 staff people down there. They get on the other end and empty out their brush, and there's no interaction. So we're able to do that safely. If we were to open up their recycling center, there's just too much interaction down there to allow that to go forward right now. But obviously, we'll open it as soon as we can, as soon as it's safe to do so. We had another question about volunteers. This is typical of what we're getting. Is the town in need of volunteers? While I have a day job working remotely from my home, if there's something I can help our town with instead of being a passive citizen, I'd like to get involved. So we're getting a lot of emails like that. We are collecting them and putting them together. And when there is a need, we'll certainly be reaching out to those people.
Yeah, I would like to just add, stay tuned, because if the epidemic gets worse, we may need to utilize those individuals.
That is all that I had. Oh, we did have one other, our chairman, Mr. Spencer, who's not ill, by the way. He just had some business to take care of. So Dan had sent something in. We were talking yesterday about senior citizens and on Social Security that don't file taxes. We've got to get some more information on that, but there was a report, and I saw the same report that was mentioned in one of the questions we got was issued by Forbes, saying that seniors who are receiving Social Security, who do not file taxes, originally we were told that they would automatically get those payments, that stimulus payment of $1,200. Then there was a report on Forbes that said there is a form that they are going to have to file, and I know Josie was looking into that. Today there was another report saying no, there's nothing that they need to file. So we've got to get some more information on that, and we will. I know it's confusing, and we will get that information. I know Josie's working on it as well. So as soon as we have it, we'll get it out there. Thank you.
Any other updates in the room? Anybody? Larry?
Morning. I just wanted to remind everybody that there are boxes and mail and a lockbox out front of the town hall for any information that's to come in, whether it be a bill payment or any kind of communication with anyone inside the building. So I actually can see people out there, and I see that they're a little perplexed by what's going on. The lockbox is actually directly across from the front doors. So if you're looking at the building and you turn around, you'll see a silver box. That's where you can put all your bill payments. It's locked in there. There's nobody going to touch it. If you have something else that is less sensitive, then you can leave it in one of the boxes that are out in front of the door. Thank you.
Thanks, Larry.
Thanks, sir.
Back to you, Mark.
Excellent. I just want to touch on one question that did come my way. That do we have a plan in place for this type of incident? And I just want to reassure everybody that every day at 9 o'clock we hold a local emergency planning committee meeting. This meeting consists of all the department heads, selectmen, all the managers of the town. We discuss every day what is going on, how we can better the town of Bellingham, and what are the needs of each department. So what we're trying to do is every day we try to get a better handle on this situation. So to have a quick answer, it's yes. Every day we're working on making sure that the townspeople, anybody who visits, and all of us who work here are safe and we're prepared for this pandemic. So the answer in short is yes, we're working every day to make sure that we're set up. Mr. Frame?
And just to piggyback on that, quarterly, once every 3 months, the local emergency management group meets, and we discuss different security issues, different disaster plans. We actually have what I know is tabletop exercises periodically, where what happens if our wells are contaminated, how would the town respond? So these are things that we do throughout the year. Mark, the deputy fire chief, is the director of our local emergency management group, and they coordinate with state agencies as well. So it's not something that comes about often, but we do have natural disasters. We've had hurricanes, we've had major blizzards, and this group will meet before one of those events just to make sure that we're ready to go. And when power is out, as it was for a prolonged period in 2011, this group was meeting regularly to address the needs of the public relative to that situation. So it is something that all communities do, but we do it here in Bellingham, and I think we do it well.
Yeah, I thank you for that. In closing, though, I would like to just let everybody know, if you do have questions in regards to anything regarding the coronavirus and the Commonwealth, you can dial 211 and ask them any questions. And if any work-related questions come about, you can call the Massachusetts Attorney General's office at 617-727-3465. And I thank you.
Great. And the email address, if you have questions?
If you have questions, we've been getting them in COVID-19@bellinghamma.org. And our website is updated daily. So for daily updates, what's going on in Bellingham, you can visit that website, bellinghamma.org. And also tomorrow at 10 o'clock, we're having store managers in. So it'll be an interesting discussion to talk about. I know there's been some changes. Now the stores are looking at controlling how many people go in, how they enter these stores, and there'll be some information directly from the managers tomorrow morning. And we will replay these meetings at 7 o'clock in the evening, 7 p.m. for those that can't watch in the morning.
And we'll try to keep that theme going. So maybe next week we'll have some of the big box stores, Home Depot and Walmart will come in. And we'll also try during next week, we'll try to have some of the maybe Honeydew and Dunkin' Donuts. We haven't reached out to them yet, but that's our idea, to try to keep some of the local businesses to come in and let them tell you what they're doing to assist the town's residents. So thank you.
Excellent. All right. Thank you, everybody. Stay safe and please wash your hands. Have a great day.
Thank you.
Thank you.